everyone, and welcome to this episode of Coffee with Carl. I am your host, Carl Zoellner, one of the attorneys here with Anderson Business Advisors. And today I want to talk a little bit about business licenses and what businesses you own that may require business licenses. So every state, county, city is a little bit different in their business license requirements. So say if I was, in the business of selling coffee mugs or trinkets or some sort of item that customers actually came into a store for, likely you would need a business license. In a world where, say, you have a rental property and that rental property is an LLC, generally that rental property will not require a business license. It does bear to look, or pay to look, I should say, because you do not want to violate any local statutes. However, like I say, normally for a rental property, no need for a business license there. Also, when it comes to, for real estate, staying in the lane of real estate investing here for a moment, when it comes to entities like flip entities, things like that, those generally won't require a business license either. However, the entity you may have in your entity portfolio that could require or may even be likely to require a business license would be an entity with your corporate taxation or a corporation. So that's where you would start to look. Now, lots of other questions come up. What if I have an entity structure set up for stock trading, things like that? Generally, those are going to be exempt. Like I say, there's lots of local exemptions for businesses that do not have a brick and mortar location or businesses that don't actually have customers coming to a physical place. So think of it, if you owned an Amazon store, you probably wouldn't need a local business license for that. You'll be paying lots of different types of taxes, but it's one of those things that a business license tends to come with a physical location. So it's not a 100% rule. It's not a, this is always it rule. This is a general rule of thumb. So like I say, for most of you who are real estate investors, if you got rental properties, generally there's no business license. Just think back to maybe a time when you were a renter, nobody had a business license hung in your house. However, if you're a property manager, you may have a business license. So one of those items to be aware of. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward. There's a website where you can check for it. I mean, most cases these days, you could probably just Google it and get the information you needed. But I know Fundera has a website where you can look up sort of what the local requirements are for the different types of business you're conducting and what you'll require there. So with that, that's basically it for this Coffee with Carl. Yeah, so business licenses, just remember, take a look. State and local, even city level, may have some sort of requirement. But a lot of times for small businesses, there's exemptions. So make sure to look for those exemptions. As always, please continue to taking advantage of all of our free content that's out there. I appreciate those of you who watch the Coffee with Carls, as well as subscribe to the Anderson YouTube channel, and then Clint's YouTube channel as well is awesome. So yeah, keep taking advantage of all of our free content out there, where there's a ton of it. I want to encourage you all to come to one of our tax and asset protection classes if you haven't already. And at the end of the day, it's low risk, right? Anderson's one of those companies. We say, hey, we are welcome to sit you down and have a free consultation with you, tell you what we would suggest, and you can go from there. So if you're out there, you're watching, you're interested in some of this stuff, take advantage of our free education. If you are an investor who knows you need to have something in place, please give us a call. We're happy to chat with you and tell you what we would suggest. So until next time, thanks for everyone for joining me for another Coffee with Carl, and we will catch you on the next episode. Thanks, everybody.